Hello guys and welcome back to the channel for another, just finished writing it in my film listography book. If you watched my What I Watched weekly watches last week, you will have seen me choose at random my next, what I was going to do, what list. We opened at list your biggest Hollywood same-sex crushes. So I started listing them and I'd done 11. I only wanted to do 10, so I made it 13. So what the hell. So these are in no particular order, guys, and I'm not going to spend ages talking about them. Some of them it's only in specific movies. I think I've mentioned before with me, I like to fall in love with a character and really be on board with that character. So it maybe in some cases isn't a physical thing, it's maybe just something about the character. So, or maybe it's a physical thing. So first on the list is probably the one that had the biggest impact on me, and it was like, wow. And it was the first time I ever remember, like, oh, about a woman. And it was the movie Bound. And you think I'm going to say Jennifer Tilly, and I'm not. I'm going to say Gina Gershon. Gina Gershon in Bound is just beautiful. I just love her persona. I love her character in the movie Bound. It's a fantastic movie if you haven't seen it. I don't tend to go for, listen to me, I tend to gravitate more towards a strong female than a pretty feminine female. Not that Gina Gershon isn't pretty or feminine, she's both. But she's a much stronger character in this. Jennifer Tilly's very foo-foo, she's very, girly, and that doesn't tend to be what... I'm going to completely contradict it by what I say next. So, Gina Gershon in Bound. Number 2 is another one that nobody can deny, Salma Hayek in From Dusk Till Dawn. That dance scene is just immense, it's just fantastic. It's just complete sex appeal. It just, to me, epitomizes and shows the power of a woman. Beautiful, sexy scene. Salma Hayek in From Dusk Till Dawn. Next one is Rachel Weisz, but just from the movie Amy Foster, because I love her character. I love the complexity of her character. I love, she's quite weird and she's goth, and she's not goth, but she's like lives way before goth was a thing, but she's just a bit of a darker soul. And she doesn't really connect with anyone until this guy washes up on the shores of where she lives and they properly connect. And I just fell in love with both characters so much in that movie. I've said before it's my favourite romance movie of all time. So Rachel Weisz as Amy Foster. Next one is purely a physical thing. It's Liv Tyler. It's no secret that I'm a massive fan of her dad, Steve Tyler. And she looks just like her dad. She's a beautiful woman, absolutely stunningly beautiful, and she's got such a gorgeous voice. It's those lips. Let's go on. While we're talking about lips, we'll skip down the list and we'll mention Angelina Jolie, which I can't believe I forgot. I think sometimes she loses too much weight, I will say. She has admitted to losing a lot of weight for particular roles. I feel when she's a bit curvier, she looks better when she's her natural self. And this is not me saying that's better than this. It's her saying she lost the weight for the roles, that naturally she isn't actually really skinny. So Liv Tyler and Angelina Jolie, very similar looking women, beautiful, lovely skin, beautiful big lips, nice hair. So yeah, there's so many that fit into that category in this list. So let me just pluck out Laura Prepon from Orange is the New Black. Again, beautiful woman, really husky, gorgeous voice, gorgeous hair, big lips. I seem to have a thing about big lips and hair. I don't know what it is, but there you are. So Laura Prepon, Orange is the New Black, absolutely beautiful. Ruby Rose is another thing where, again, when I first saw her in, what did I see her in? Was it Orange is the New Black? So it was something she was in before Orange is the New Black, and it was like, wow. It was similar to Gina Gershon when she was in Bound. It was like, oh, I love the energy this woman's given off. I just love it. And I just think she's a beautiful, extremely sexy woman. So yeah, that's Ruby Rose. Laura Prepon we've talked about. Lisa Bonet, who remembers The Cosby Show before it was ruined for us by Bill Cosby. I watched it religiously as a child, absolutely loved it. Lisa Bonet is just one of the most beautiful women in the world. Who is she back with? Jason Momoa. They're just such a coupling, aren't they? They're just beautiful people. So yeah, Lisa Bonet, she's just about beauty, just gorgeous, isn't she? So next is Lupita Nyong'o. I really hope I've said that properly. such a strikingly beautiful woman, almost like some women look like paintings should be done of them, statues should be made of them, the bone structure, just how beautiful her features are. She's just an outstandingly gorgeous woman, just almost like a piece of art. She's almost like flawless in her entire face, just how she looks. So yeah, I'm hoping I'm not sounding all kinds of weird here, but sometimes I do look at certain women and think, yeah, you look artistic, you look like a statue should be carved of you. You've got such beautiful lines and features and all sorts. So we've got Laura Prepon, Lupita Nyong'o, Lisa Bonet. Right, Jodie Foster. Jodie Foster has been a girl crush of mine for many, many years. I love her. I love her voice. I love her huskiness, her accent. I love her vulnerability as an actress. Silence of the Lambs, the character she played in that, I just fell in love with. Clarice Starling, one of my favourite movies of all time. I love to see Jodie Foster on screen. I mourn the fact she mainly does work behind the scenes these days, but she's a beautiful woman, beautiful energy, very talented, beautiful voice. Just love everything about Jodie Foster. Now you probably will notice I'm sort of going a bit older here, because I'm thinking there's tons of women that are gorgeous that aren't like really young. So next I've gone for Emma Thompson. Emma Thompson is not someone that I would aesthetically say when she was younger that I would look at and say, oh, you're absolutely beautiful. But now as she has aged, since she has fallen into that comfort of, you know, of confidence, she was recently on the red carpet for What's Love Got to Do with It, and she looked stunning. Just the inch, a confident woman, happy in her own self, in her own skin, and that confidence is a very sexy thing. She's hilarious. I love a funny woman. I love a funny person, just full stop. To me, humour is just one of the most attractive features of any person. So yeah, Emma Thompson is next on the list. So we have got two left here. Patricia Arquette is next, mainly for True Romance. True Romance is a big favourite movie of mine. Her character in that is everything that I've just said that I don't particularly go for. She's so girly, she's blonde, she's bubbly, she's got that beautiful voice, she's so feminine. But there's something about Patricia Arquette in that role in True Romance that just made me fall in love with that character. So, and it's always really stuck with me. Oh, there's one I thought I couldn't use because she's a singer, but why am I forgetting that she's an actress? So we're having 14, guys, and this one's a massive one on my list, Juliette Lewis. I now know her as a rock star because I've been to see her perform so many times. For as long as I can remember, from childhood, I have been obsessed with Juliette Lewis. I will watch anything she's in. I've always loved her. As I got a bit older, I think she's like really attractive. Maybe that's why I'm like obsessed by her. I don't know what it is, but it's her whole persona. I do think it's her entire persona. It's her strength, it's her confidence, it's her sexuality, it's her sex appeal. And when you see her like perform live, she's amazing. She doesn't care. She crowd surfs in a bikini. And the people that were there at the gig were really respectful. You would expect people to be trying to grab a sly boob here or something, but they weren't. Her fans are really respectful of her, and she's amazing to see perform. So it doesn't matter what she's in, Juliette Lewis has just got sex appeal for days. That's a little snaky one that snaked in, wasn't it? And lastly, and maybe an odd one, but I don't know why I always felt an affinity with Jennifer Jason Leigh back in the 80s. She was in a lot of movies back then. Single White Female's probably one of the most noted ones. She wasn't the main star, she was the girl that copied the main star. She popped up in loads of stuff in the 80s, and I always loved to see her when she put, oh, Jennifer Jason Leigh's in it, I love her. She was in Possessor a couple of years ago. I think she's a fantastic, talented actress. She's got something special about her. I love how she looks. I don't know, maybe is that a girl crush? I'm not sure. But I've always really respected and really thought she was a beautiful woman. So yeah, that's it, guys. 14. Let me write Juliette Lewis on that. So if I'm ever looking back, it's like, Lisa, why did you not put Juliette Lewis on there? There are probably many more, guys. So, Mark Wahlberg. Who fancies Mark Wahlberg? I mean, really? So was this book designed for a bloke? your same-sex crushes, and Mark Wahlberg's in there. Somebody's list unforgettable death scenes. That's a good one. So guys, that is my latest little listography, my top same-sex Hollywood crushes. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you share some of them. I know there's some on there that some people also share, so let me know in the comments what you think. If you, as I've said before, a couple of you have said you're going to buy this book, which is awesome, and I really look forward to seeing your lists from it. Any of you want to do this, please feel free. I love to see anything beyond, you know, like a surface, what you thought of a movie. I love to get deeper into people. I love to understand what makes people tick. I love people telling me what, you know, just anything about them. Maybe I'm an intensely nosy person. I just find people really interesting, and I like to know just little different things about people, and that's the reason I started doing this. It is movie related, but it's a bit below the surface, guys, isn't it? So I've prattled on for long enough, guys. I shall go now, and I shall be back probably with you next week for another What I Watched. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Over and out from Lisa Loves.